Hey, and welcome to another episode of Rankum. It's a fun one today. We're doing superhero TV show theme songs and tunes. But I've got a great panel. You saw him a few weeks when we did animated TV show themes. He's back again. We've got JTH. JTH, how's it going?
Going pretty good. Again, pretty much the only thing I'm qualified to do, so I'm glad I was picked. So looking forward to this one. A lot of interesting choices I think that can be put on here, so I'm really looking forward to it.
And then going around, I've got Kevin Poss. Kevin, how's it going?
Hey, Malcolm, it's going well. Thanks for having me back on. I always enjoy being on Rankum. This is a really cool topic, and I had a lot of fun kind of delving in to see which ones I wanted to put on the top of my list. So excited to see what happens.
And last for now, we've got Garth. Garth, how's it going?
All right, good to see you guys, and good to be back. And as a comics artist and comics fan for 50 years, this is a nice topic for me.
Yep, and we will be joined a bit later on by Manning, who's just running a bit late. So, but he will be popping in later. But for now, the way the show works is we go around the panel and each nominate a TV show theme which we think deserves to be on a top 12 list of superhero TV show themes. And then the rest of us say yes or no to it. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I think a lot of these may be unanimous, so we'll find out. But JDH, hit us with the first theme.
All right, I'm going to kick it right off. I think I'm going to put one of the be-all, end-alls of all superhero TV themes, not just, in my opinion, one of the greatest superhero TV themes, but generic, one of the greatest TV themes of all time. I'm, of course, talking about the 1960s Adam West Batman theme. It's pretty much gone on in history. It's been revolutionized pop culture. Pretty much everybody has probably heard this song at least once in their life. To me, that is a testament to where this theme stands in terms of TV themes in general. So, yeah, let's get it right off. And any knows here, I'm going to give you a boof and a pow and a kablam and all that good stuff. So, Adam West Batman.
Batman 66 is on the table. Kevin, what do you say?
Yeah, the minute I read what the title was for the superhero TV theme songs, if Batman doesn't run through your head immediately, you have some issues. So yeah, this is like the perfect mashup of like spy thriller and surf rock tunes. It's perfect for the time, but it is timeless. Definitely a yes for me.
And Garth, what do you say about Batman 66?
Yeah, just to show you, I went overboard and wrote out like 40 different things and like the composers. I went nuts. And this one is number 6 on my list. And yeah, I love it. I'm the old man here, and in the early 70s, Batman was the only live action superhero, really. And then later in the 70s, we got more. But in the early 70s, it was Batman 66. That was it. And Yvonne Craig was one of my first crushes from that. And but yeah, it's composed by Neil Hefti, and it's timeless, and it's been covered by many bands. There's so many covers out there of it.
But yeah, with that, Batman 66 will make the shortlist. Will make the list. I was going to go na myself, but just kidding. I was going to go yes. It's one of those themes. It's just a great theme. It's just one that no matter what show you or movie you watch, they find some way to reference it somehow. But Kevin, we go to you. What's the next theme you're going to bring up?
I'm going to go with a cartoon, but from the 60s as well. Possibly as iconic as the Batman theme. Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. I mean, it's been covered by a million people. The Ramones, Aerosmith, Michael Bublé is even parodied in the Simpsons movie with Spider Pig. It's a very iconic, and it's even featured in the films today. So my proposition is Spider-Man 67.
67.
Garth, what do you say about Spider-Man 67?
Yeah, that's my number 5. Composed by Paul Francis Weber and Bob Harris. And like Kevin said, so many bands have covered it, and it's appeared in so many movies, live action movies and all that. So,
Wait, someone called Weber composed Spider-Man? Did they? I not know that at all until right now.
I have composers for every song. So anytime it comes up, I can tell you.
Oh no, I know. I believe you, Gav. I'm just amazed at it myself because I never knew who composed it until now.
Yeah.
Finding out that it was a Weber that did it, it's just.
I have some surprising ones that, if they're not brought up, like there's one that's composed and written by someone who's a famous TV producer these days.
But yeah, and yeah, Spider-Man 67 is a very easy one for me as well. But yeah, so that does make the list. JTH, what would you have said?
So if you remember something that I said 2 weeks ago when I said there's a difference between an iconic theme and a great theme. That being said, with superhero themes, I think that's not as much the case because usually the iconic themes are usually great themes when it comes to superhero themes. So I don't think that's going to become as much of a problem for me on this list. This would have been a very easy yes for me as well.
And with that, we go back to Garth. Garth, what is your next first nomination?
Okay, number 1 on my list is, evidenced by my hat, is X-Men the Animated Series 1992, theme by Ron Wasserman. You hear that, and it's just iconic, and you hear just the beginning notes, and you get that opening montage running through your head. Yeah.
So, for me, I've just started watching the X-Men series for the first time this year, just because it's on Disney Plus and easy to find now. The theme is fine. I'm going to say no because I think there is a better X-Men theme out there.
I have some honorable mentions too. I mean, but okay.
So with that, JDH, what do you say about the X-Men theme?
For someone like me that literally grew up with this show, I was pretty much a kid as soon as this show started. Stuck with my head all through my childhood. For years, was waiting for something like YouTube to come up so I could listen to it all the time, and here we are. I listen to it all the time. For me, it's an easy yes for me.
And Kevin, what do you say about the X-Men the animated series?
Yeah, a lot of what JTH said, I echo. I mean, I grew up right in that time period. I was from 5 to 10 years old. This was my go-to on the Fox Kids or whatever it was back then. I love this theme. I love the intro to X-Men altogether. So I'm gonna give this a yes.
And I mean, X-Men the animated series does make this list. So it's on me for my first nomination. And I'm going to go for one that I was going to bring up in animated TV themes and realized, oh shit, this is a superhero. I'm bringing up a TV show that has got some great heart to it. And if anyone says no, they will be fired. It's Captain Planet and the Planeteers. This theme is just one of those ones that I really love. It's one of those shows I did grow up with as a kid. And this theme just sums up sort of the whole show very well because it tells the story like the kids getting their powers and all that. So and it's just a fun theme. So Captain Planet and the Planet of the Apes is on the table. JDH, what do you say?
You can pretty much take everything that I said about X-Men the animated series and apply it to this one as well. Grew up with it the entire time. Was not as thrilled with it when Hanna-Barbera took it over, but they still kept the themes. At least they got one thing right. So to me, it's a yes for me. I'll put it on here.
Kevin, what do you say about Captain Planet and the Planeteers?
Yeah, this is one of those that falls right in that time period. I love the introduction individually of each Earth, Wind, Fire, Water, Heart, and just the overall song itself. I think has a lot of good lyrics, but it sticks in your head, and I can remember every lyric to this day. I gotta go yes with this one.
Garth, what would you have said about Captain Planet?
Well, my vote doesn't count, so it's moot. So I don't know if I should say.
Just say it anyway.
No, this, I obviously I'm a little older, so this was a little, this was one quite up. I tried to get into the show, but it was a little not for me. So it's actually not even in my top 40.
And that's totally fair because it's one of those ones like different ages go to different things. But with that, we go back to JTH.
You better call Manning before we pretty much end this list before you.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We'll be like, okay, we're deciding on the 12.
Yeah, Manning can come in for the regroup.
Yeah, so I'm going to bring up the theme that Garth was alluding to when it came to the TV producer. A song that I actually did not know for the longest time actually created until I found out that it was none other than famed TV producer Chuck Lorre, who, of course, is known for Big Bang Theory. Oh, it's not the one you were talking about?
Oh, wait. Well, you said the name wrong. It's Chuck Lorre.
Chuck Lorre.
Oh, Lorre.
Yeah, but yeah, we know what you're talking about.
I'm bad at pronunciations, but yeah. So yeah, Mr. Big Bang Theory, 2.5 Men came up with this theme. It, of course, is the original 1987 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme. Completely, again, another iconic and yet great theme. It was part of the time. It was that upbeat theme. That everything about it worked. To me, I've been kind of mellowed on the show as the years have gone on, but one thing that still rocks about it is still the theme itself. So yes, Ninja Turtles is my next nomination.
Also, in a bizarre coincidence, at the moment JTH said better call Manning, he put a message in our group chat going that he just got away. He's going to get home as fast as he can legally, though.
Drive safe.
Yes, drive safely.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well,
accident over this. No.
With that, Kevin, what do you say about the Ninja Turtles theme?
Yeah, I love the 80s, 90s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That theme, everybody knows the Heroes in a Half Shell Turtle Power. That has kind of stuck throughout its massive changes in the films and through the animated television shows and whatnot. I think that has stuck with it. So I'm going to give this one a yes.
Garth, what do you say about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, that was number 7 on my list, and JTH was right that was the one I was mentioning. That when I was looking at the boards, I was surprised. I was like, Chuck Lorre, wait, that can't be the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. And he actually sang it too.
Nice.
Or sang parts of it, which I was surprised to find out. Yeah, I've been a huge Turtles fan since the comics started. I had friends at UMass Amherst who introduced me to the guys and gave me the first edition copies, and I wish I still had them. But at UMass Amherst in the library, they actually have statues of the Turtles because the guys they got so famous. So it's cool stuff that they got all these different animated shows and movies that came out of it. And those little ground level comic.
Yeah, this is one that for me, I probably would have leaned towards no on this one.
Oh.
I mean, like as someone who I think the Turtles theme is iconic. I just don't think it's a good theme.
Stealing a page out of my playbook.
And to bring up a chat, yeah, Ninja Turtles is considered superhero, so it's
especially when you read the comics because it was
they're a lot darker too.
on Daredevil.
Mhm.
Time with the ninjas and like the hand in Daredevil became the foot, all that stuff. The radioactive thing is actually in the original comics. It's the same Daredevil origin. That radioactive ooze that created Daredevil created the Turtles.
But with that, we go to Kevin.
This wasn't what I was going to go with next, but the way we're moving with this list, I kind of want to throw this out there. It's a late 90s, early 2000s kind of something that I really enjoy. It's the Powerpuff Girls. Sugar, spice, everything nice. I mean, that's kind of an old saying. It has that techno vibe of like the old Super Friends theme. So it's a little bit trippy, but it also has the right superhero sci-fi motifs in there too. So I'm going to go with Powerpuff Girls.
Just for clarification, are you talking about the opening theme or the ending theme?
The opening theme.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Garth, what do you say about Powerpuff Girls?
Here's where things get tricky because I love this theme, and I love it explains their origin and all that. I love the show, but we've already got 5 of the 12. So we're running out of space already. So, because it's further down on my list, I'm going to say no to this one, even though I do like it.
Yeah, this is a case that I like the theme. It's a good theme. I don't think Powerpuff Girls is top 12. JDH, what would you have said?
The reason why I asked which person he was referring to, because I actually think the ending theme is a little bit better than the opening theme. If he mentioned the ending theme, I probably would have said yes, but the opening theme, the lack of lyrics, I don't think helps. I think there are some exceptions to that rule, obviously with X-Men, but I think it just needed a little bit more. I mean, it's one of my favorite shows. I grew it up, watched it religiously, got the complete series behind me, so really dedicated for this show. But ultimately, I don't think the opening theme is quite top 12.
Fair.
Yeah. But just to recap, just to take a little bit of time, just so Matt can get here, the 5 themes that we have on the table so far, we've got Batman 66, we've got Spider-Man 67, we've got X-Men the animated series, Captain Planet and the Planeteers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So those are the 5 themes that are on there at the moment. Garth, what is the next one you're going to nominate?
All right. My number 2, I'm actually going to wait on because I don't think I'll get a yes, so I want to try and get more. So I'm going to go with Batman the Animated Series, 1992, composed by Danny Elfman. That's my next pick.
Yeah, so Batman the Animated Series is one of those ones that's a tricky one for me. Just because it's basically the same theme from the movie from the '89, and to me it's one of those themes in which, while it's a good TV show theme, I'll give it that. It's not wholly original for the TV show because, like Batman 66, is completely original for that, as opposed to this one is just a reworked version of the movie theme. So for that, I'm going to say no, but I probably wouldn't hate it if it makes the list. JDH, what do you say about Batman the Animated Series?
So I've gotten a lot of crap for this over the years, but I think the animated series, the Batman animated series, is way overrated. I actually don't care for this show at all. In fact, of the big four comic book, animated shows that were out at the time, with X-Men, the Superman animated series, and Spider-Man, this is my least favorite of the four. The theme obviously didn't help because, as Malcolm said, it's pretty much the movie version, and it's not as good of a version, which I don't think helps it either. So I unfortunately have to agree with Malcolm. I would have to say no.
And Kevin, what would you have said about the Batman animated series theme?
Based on, like I said, like we're kind of moving along here, taking that into account. I love Batman the animated series, and even though it was, the main theme and same theme from the movie, I still think that it held up with the animated show, along with the visuals and stuff. So I would have said yes.
But with that, we come back to me, and screw it, I'm going to bring this up because I'm pretty sure this will make it on. If I don't bring it up early and it doesn't make on, I'm going to kick myself for not bringing it up early. And that's the Smallville theme. Save Me from Remy Zero. This theme is one of those ones that it instantly came to my mind when this topic came up, because it's one of those ones that's so iconic, and they managed to rework it back into the Arrowverse and the Elseworlds crossover again, because they were going back to that same set. And this theme is just one of those ones that I love. It's one of the only TV themes I've actually downloaded the full version and put onto my iPod. It's just one of those ones that I can listen to over and over again and not get sick of it. JTH, what do you say about Smallville?
It's kind of tricky for me. Again, kind of like with the Batman show, I never really got into Smallville all that much, but I've obviously heard the theme enough. I like the theme. I wouldn't put it in the great category, and I think every theme on here should be great. And unfortunately, it falls a little bit short for me on that, so I would give it a no.
Kevin, what do you say about Smallville?
I mean, when I was in college, every guy with a guitar knew how to play "Save Me" by Remy Zero, and thought that was like the coolest thing ever to try to get girls. So this song kind of eventually got on my nerves, but when I think about it in terms of the show, it does have a lot of like deeper meaning in the lyrics, about how like love and acceptance. So I would actually say yes for this one.
And Garth, what do you say about Smallville's theme?
First of all, when Kevin said that about the guys playing the guitar at college, my mind flashed to John Belushi and Animal House. Like this. For this one, I'm going to fire back at you, Malcolm, because you were saying the Batman animated theme wasn't original. This isn't original either. They already had this song. Anyways, for this, I'm kind of torn on it, but I'll give it a yes. I'll give it a yes. But just remember that you got a non-original song on, and so later on, if we get more of those.
Well, I mean, it's one of those ones I'm actually going to fact check a little bit, because I think it was originally composed for the show.
Remy Zero, Save Me?
Yeah, so I think they.
It wasn't actually composed for that show.
No, no, they
It was yeah, it was not originally. I don't remember what was, but I do remember looking at that.
they didn't specifically write it for Smallville, if that's what you're meaning, Malcolm.
Yeah, that's. I was just. I mean, it's one of those. It's one of those tricky ones. But I mean, it's. I mean, well, yes. Like, what I meant about the Batman theme, just to go back to that, is that they used the same Batman theme from the movie and sort of reworked it for the show. This is like for this one.
It was
So
recorded in 2000, so before the TV series even.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I get what you meant, but it's,
Yeah.
but I was meaning for this as a theme song. I think it wasn't a song that was originally used in another Superman property just for the show.
No, it wasn't used in any of it. I was just ribbing you because it's not. It wasn't written for the show. It was.
Oh yeah, no. As I said, I get what you were meaning. It's just one of those ones. I just want to defend that little point, partly because to take up more time too.
Stalling for you, man.
Yeah,
but
seriously.
With that, we go back to JDH.
All right, so I'm going to stick with Superman, but I'm going to go way back before any of us were born. I'm going to go back and I'm going to go with the original 1940 Superman theme for the old cartoon shorts. The dun da dun dun da dun dun da dun dun da dun dun da dun. I mean, it's another iconic, great theme. For the longest time was the thing that we all referred to and thought of when we thought of Superman until John Williams came along. So another thing that I grew up watching religiously. I loved those Superman shorts growing up. They were pretty much all I watched for a very long time, and the theme always stuck in my head. So I'm going with the original 1940 Superman theme.
Oh wow.
Kevin, what do you say about the 1940 Superman theme?
Now, just for clarification, is this the faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive? That one? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Same one. Then I gotta correct you though.
Yeah, I think that was 52.
Superman, 1952.
Adventures of Superman. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with
But it is an extension of the radio program, which was in the 40s. So, either way, it's very iconic. I mean, knowing the words that there are, and they're powerful words, especially on an early show, a radio type show, moving into a moving picture show. I think the Superman theme is worthy of this list. So I'm going to say
yes. To clarify, the one he's talking about, the Fleischer shorts, didn't have lyrics. This is. Are you talking about this one?
No, that's not the one.
Okay. Because that's when Kevin said faster.
Yeah, I'm talking about the old Fleischer shorts.
Okay, all right. Well, then I'm gonna say that I haven't heard it, and then I'm gonna recuse myself and say no. Because this one, I mean, I thought we were talking about a different one, so I don't want to say yes to the wrong one.
There's too many Supermans out there.
Yeah, exactly.
There really are, but it's okay. Thank you, Garth.
Garth, what do you say about the Fleischer Schwartz Batman?
Superman. Too many Batmans.
Too many men.
Oh, believe me, I got a lot of Batman, Supermans, and yeah. And for me, of the various Superman themes, you know, there are so many on here, and we've already got one. But for me, the Fleischer shorts are just it's a short instrumental, and I would much prefer other ones like the one I just played, the George Reeves one, faster than a speeding, more powerful than that one. I think is more iconic than the Fleischer Shorts one. I'd like to say no.
Yeah, I'm simply going to be a no. Like, I'm not too familiar with those Fleischer Shorts, but yeah, I think there's better Superman themes out there. But with that, we go to Kevin.
All right, I'm gonna go back to the '80s to Transformers. The Transformers opening theme. It's very catchy. More than meets the eye. Robots in Disguise. That was during a kind of wave of Japanese-inspired shows. So that theme stuck. It's still around today. When they make a Transformers movie, you'll hear those sounds that make that da-da-da-da-da. So I think that's very iconic and deserves to be on this list.
Garth, what do you say about the Transformers theme?
Yeah, this is on my list. It's further down, but the interesting thing is this is composed by Johnny Douglas, who composed like many different themes that might come up later, so I won't name them all. But he was quite prolific in the TV show themes, and it does stick with you. There are other ones I want to get on the list though. We're halfway through and we haven't even got Manning in here. I feel bad about that.
Manning's just made it back, so
Okay.
he probably won't be too far away.
Because I also wanted him to help vote on these because I feel bad that we're like picking them and not.
Oh, I mean, as I said, it will definitely be here for the voting part, regardless, because that's going to make it easy because there's an odd number then.
Yeah.
Just for clarification, is he also going to vote on the ones that we've rejected earlier for a third vote?
True.
Oh yeah, he can vote out.
No, I'm kidding. I don't care.
I was actually being kind of serious with that one, but
I mean, I'm saying if you take umbrage with it, then that's totally fine. I see where you're coming from. I don't personally.
Yeah, I'm probably going to say no to that one just because.
Okay.
Yeah,
I tried Manning.
Yeah, exactly. If Manning came in and he's like, I hate that Remy Zero song. Okay.
All right.
But I'm getting my pings because he's like, it's just like, I am here.
but anyway, I've lost track of where we actually were. We're on Transformers. Garth said no to it, I think.
Oh no, I haven't said it yet.
I was getting ready to say, I don't think he ever even gave an answer.
He hasn't decided.
No, I was stalling because I was like seeing the messages.
Oh, stalling for.
It's all good.
He'll take some of the pressure off. Because it's like, I'll admit it, it's number 20 on my list. It's way below a lot of others. So since there's two people acting behind me, I'm going to say no to it, and then I'll put it on them.
But yeah, like for me, I've just started getting into the Transformers movies myself. Just been actually watching them, and I've actually been enjoying the movies. But anyway, we're not talking about the movies anyway. But as a kid, I really couldn't stand the Transformers cartoon, full stop. But I like the theme. I'm going to say yes to the theme. JTH, what do you say about Transformers?
Let's see. You know what? I don't think the original Transformers theme is as good as the Five Faces of Darkness theme that they used for the 5-part thing that they used for after the movie, which was basically a direct sequel. I actually liked that version of the theme a little bit better, but I still think the Transformers theme is good enough. So I'm going to give it a yes.
But with that, I will say that Transformers does make the list because there is arguably 3 yeses. Hopefully Manning comes in shortly. But with that, Garth, what is your next pick?
All right. All right. I'm still a little shocked by the Batman animated series being shut down. So now my other Batman, I don't know about. So I'm going to go back to my childhood, and I'm going to go with actually not the opening theme, but the end credits theme of The Incredible Hulk, the Lonely Man piano theme by Joe Arno. Na, 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 you know, as he's walking down the road hitchhiking with his pack full of clothes. That theme has been used over and over again in movies and TV shows and memed about and all that. And I think it's iconic. I have the opening theme on my list as well, but that closing piano theme, I think it's more iconic and sticks more.
So the Incredible Hulk ending credit theme is on the table. It's one of the. I'm going to say no to it. I think it's fine, but that's it. JDH, what do you say about the Incredible Hulk end credits?
I'm going to give a yes to the Sad Walking Away song. It's kind of like Batman 66. It's been used in pop culture and a whole bunch of things. So it still stands up. It still stands the test of time in my book. So I'm going to give it a yes.
And we have Manning.
Whoa! I made it, guys.
Thank goodness.
I know, right?
Manning, what do you say about the Incredible Hulk end credit theme music?
From the 90s or like
No. It's
1977.
The old Bill Bixby.
It's
TV show.
it was the 78 TV. I can play a little for it, and you'll
please play a little bit for me because now I'm suddenly like, is that the real life one with
Yes,
Lou
with
Ferrigno?
Lou. Yeah.
Oh no.
At the end of
I barely
thinking-
remember
okay.
anything about it. Don't worry. It was like I've seen bits and pieces, and I've heard little bits from there and there, but it's nothing that has been memorable. However, if it is played right here and right now, and if you can successfully, here we go.
This is when
Good
he's
Lord, that's
hitchhiking down the road at the end of every episode.
And no one ever picked him up. Not once.
this is so sad.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
supposed to.
word.
That's why it's called the Sad Walking Away
The
song.
name of it is The Lonely Man.
Title is
The Lonely Man. Wow. Okay. Well, hey, you know what? If that's the case, remind me again. I started listening to everything once we started. Oh wait, there we go. Thanks, Malcolm. Malcolm's on
I
it,
was
guys.
already on it.
Perfect. Beautiful. Okay. All right. So what do we have? Well, you know what? A lot of these that we have so far, are they are a lot of upbeat songs. These songs don't have a sort of melancholy to them. I don't think we're gonna find many cartoon or real life superhero themes that have this sort of melancholy. Smallville, possibly. There's a certain overtone to that one, but this one seems, from what I've been hearing, as well as the context, I think this would be an interesting and fun pick and I'm here to throw some anarchy and chaos into here because why the heck not? Let's go yes.
And with that, does make the list. Kevin, what would you said?
Chaos.
I actually would have gone on the no side of this one. I actually think the opening theme's better for the Hulk, but it's not a bad theme. It's not. It would win your local school assembly, but no, it's really not bad. But I just don't think it belongs in top 12. But that's all right.
But with that, Manning, what theme do you think deserves to be on the list?
Oh boy, so I'm still not sure what exactly you all have gone through just yet. And I'm by what we have seen, but I know what is made. And from what I have seen that has made the list, it is mostly a lot of stuff that it predates that predates the 2000s. So let's kind of go into something a little more modern and something that I myself grew up with and something that I adore. It's a kind of a modern flair to a superhero that has a bunch of excitement and a show that was canceled far too soon, and that is The Spectacular Spider-Man. The Spectacular Spider-Man theme song is one that I recommend people to go out because not only does it have a killer a soundtrack to go along with it, the opening theme that you have where Josh Keaton plays Spider-Man in a fantastic role, might I add. This one has this certain amount of a pop airiness to it that has also a nice alternative flair, where you feel like you're getting into the high school side of what Peter Parker is, that antics, and it captures that beautifully. Plus, it's a nice modern take, late, early 2010s take on the character of Spider-Man and the Spectacular Spider-Man, spectacular Spider-Man. All you're going to get. That's all you're going to get from me. Spectacular Spider-Man, putting that on the table.
So Spectacular Spider-Man is on the table. And this is a tricky one for me because I went into this going, I'm probably only going to say yes to sort of a one theme from one superhero, but Matt, you've just made me have to figure it out. So I actually really do like this theme song. Because I listened to a whole bunch of these in preparation for this. So with that being said, I'm going to say yes. Why not?
Yeah.
JDH, what do you say about the Spectacular Spider-Man?
I really like the theme too. It wasn't quite on my top 12, but I know there's at least two that are in my top 12 that don't have a prayer to get on here. So, I'll make room for this theme. I'll give it a yes because I definitely think it's worthy enough to be considered a top 12. So, why not?
I'll
Kevin,
take it.
what do you say about the Spectacular Spider-Man?
Yeah, it's not a bad theme. It still gives indie bands, hopes to be one-hit wonders, I guess. But no, it's not my favorite Spider-Man theme by any means. I think there are a couple that are better, but that's all right.
You got an echo, Manning. Do you have the YouTube video on or something? Or?
I do not.
Oh, okay. Oh, it just showed up now. I don't know what it's.
It's all good. But Garth, what do you say about Spectacular Spider-Man?
Well, I'll be honest. I've got a few Spider-Mans on my top 40, and this one isn't one of them. I'm not that familiar with the show. I'm the old guy who grew up with so I like older ones on here, but so I don't know this one.
With that being said, it makes a list because with many yeses. So yeah,
all you need is two yeses. So.
Well, 3 yeses, but two yeses plus the.
No, well,
I know. I've done this so many times.
I was gonna say it is your show, Malcolm.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna make the rules up as you go along.
Yeah.
But
I meant 2 yeses from voters.
But with that being said, it's on me to nominate, and we've got a lot of men on here. I think we need to get a little bit of diversity on here.
I try.
And I'm going to go for one that might make it really hard for people to say no to. I'm going to go for the 1970s Wonder Woman. This was one of those ones that may be an iconic theme, but I think the theme is great. But JTH, what do you say about Wonder Woman 1970s?
not as familiar with this one. I mean, I'm assuming it's the one that Marky and Draco always came out to in Schmodown. So that probably is the the way I'm most familiar with it. Catchy, little upbeat. Not something wrong. Yeah, it's that. Yeah, that's a lovely theme. That would probably be my theme too if I came out. Unfortunately, I don't quite have it in top 12 either. It's a little bit below my top 20, so I'm going to say no reluctantly, even though I don't have any problem with it being on here. So, yeah, I'm going to say no.
Kevin, what do you say about Wonder Woman?
No, I think this is a great song or a great theme, especially if you look at the time. She was the most famous superheroine, and the pop cultural impact of this theme. You're a Wonder Woman, very inspiring to young girls. And I know it's the same group that did the song for Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley. So I'll give it a yes on this one.
Garth, what do you say about Wonder Woman?
Yeah, this was my number 8. 1975 is when the show started, and I was a little kid, and that she was, everything to me when I was a kid. And I was 7 at the time, but it was very iconic, and composed by Charles Fox and Norman Gimbel. Is who Kevin Poss was mentioning. So this is a definite yes for me.
And Manning, what would you have said about Wonder Woman?
It is low on my list. It's my number 12. Most because my mom loved the Wonder Woman growing up, and that was something that we kind of have an inside joke when we would say Wonder Woman around the house, just because that jingle off the top of your head. That is the most iconic part of the entire thing. And I probably would have said yes, but a hesitant yes, because there's still other stuff on the list that we need to be going through. But I think Wonder Woman is a good representation of just being iconic. A single couple verses, not verses even, just like instrumental lines being iconic.
But with that, we do only have 2 spots left. JDH, we go back to you.
Okay, this is going to be a lot more interesting now, because a little bit earlier this probably would have been a slam dunk, but I still think it's worthy to get on this list. It's another cartoon from the 2000s, arguably one of the greatest superhero cartoons that have ever been made, was absolutely destroyed by Cartoon Network later on with a reboot that shall remain nameless. I'm going to go with the original Teen Titans theme. Obviously, you remember the lyrics; they're absolutely catchy, get stuck in your head. To me, going to be interesting because I kind of wanted to bring this one up a little bit earlier, but now it's going to be a little bit more of a tough one probably for some people, but I will go with the original Teen Titans theme.
But with that, Kevin, what do you say about the original Teen Titans theme?
I like the theme a lot. It is a retro cool type of theme song that sticks in your head. It's definitely an earworm type song. Definitely with you about the reboot years, but yeah, I'm gonna say yes to this one.
But Garth, what do you say about Teen Titans?
This, like, I hate to say it, but I'm the older guy, and this one doesn't do it for me. I'm going to say no on this one myself.
Manning, what do you say about the original Teen Titans?
From what my reaction gave away what I was going to say. I was hoping JTH was going to go through that one, and he did. That I love the series. I don't adore it, but that theme song in and of itself is so different and iconic from various other superhero theme songs that are out there, specifically for its day and age. And I think that kind of cemented the fact that superhero TV series could be different. And that theme song is the perfect encapsulation of the wackiness that was Teen Titans for the 2000s. And someone like me who loved watching that, I think it encapsulates that perfectly and provides some variants to the modern superhero theme. So I'm going to go an absolute yes, Teen Titans.
And Teen Titans makes the list.
What year
I'm-
from this? Because I know Teen Titans Go more, but
2002?
It was early
I think so.
2000s.
Sounds about right.
Okay.
I mean, it's one of those ones I don't need to put the year to because the other one's called Teen Titans Go, so it's easy to
no,
just
but
say.
there was an earlier.
And it's 03 to 06, but
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yes.
But
so close.
but anyway, when it comes to Teen Titans, I think this theme is fine. I personally, I actually like the theme to Teen Titans Go. I probably would have brought that up if at some stage if we were dragged out. But this theme's okay. I probably would have given it a hesitant yes. And with that, we've got one spot left. Kevin, can you fill that spot?
this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna go ahead and go with kind of a long shot, but I think it deserves it. I'm gonna go with 1955's Mighty Mouse. The "Here I Come to Save the Day," that jingle is very just synonymous with superhero, and the story of a mouse overcoming and being so awesome. It premiered on Saturday Night Live. It was popular back in the day, and it's still just popular today, I think. So I'm going to go with Mighty Mouse.
Got the Mighty Mouse theme. Garth, what do you say about Mighty Mouse?
I'm pretty sure I have it on my list. I just can't find it. Where is it? Anyways, yeah, it's pretty iconic, but I've got other. We've only got one spot left, and I've got so many others I'd rather see on the list. So I'm gonna do a political no on Mighty Mouse.
Manning, what do you say about Mighty Mouse?
I'm listening to it right now.
Mhm.
I'm going to be totally transparent. I've obviously from cultural osmosis, I know who Mighty Mouse was, but this is a theme that I have not heard. This is one that escaped me entirely. Unlike the Incredible Hulk, when you replayed it again, I was like, oh, I've heard that before. This is one where I was like, oh, I have not heard this one before. And I because it's the last spot, I'm going to have to say no, merely because this is one that I can't fully give my 100% yes on, as catchy as it is.
Yeah, this is one that I'm going to pull a strategic no on, because as much as I like this theme, because I just like Manning, I just listened to it for the first time just now. It's one of those ones that I think is a good theme, but based on a first time listen, I don't think I can say yes to it. JTH, what would you have said?
It's kind of on the same boat. I had a feeling at some point this one was going to get brought up, and it got brought up much later on a filled list than I was anticipating.
Yeah.
So it's definitely memorable. It's top 25 for me for sure, but unfortunately it's not quite high enough that I can give it a pass to fill this last spot. So I'm going to have to unfortunately say no, although I do like the theme very much.
But Garth, what is your next nomination?
Okay. All right. We've already got Batman and Spider-Man a couple times and stuff like that. So the ones I would have brought up, I think might get a no. I'm all right. Shoot. I'm gonna throw it out there anyways, just to say it, but we're on our last one, so I'm sure it'll get a no. But I'm gonna go with the Captain America theme from Marvel Superheroes 1966. This one is when Captain America throws his mighty shield. It's been played in movies and stuff like that. And so, like, for me, it means a lot as a Captain America fan. So I just wanted to mention it at least. I'm sure it'll get voted down. Yeah. So, anyways, just to give you the idea of what it is. But
I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised it took you this long to pick it up. I thought it would be the
I was holding off, and then I'm like, "This is it. This is my last throw up."
Manning, what do you say about Captain America 66?
Captain America throws his mighty shield. This is one I am actually aware of. This was one that I never watched the show, but this is one you just know from. Again, I've used the word cultural osmosis. Because it's the last spot, I'm gonna have to say no because there's still a lot on my list that I'm gonna try to get on. But I'm going to have to say strategically no. But I do appreciate this one a lot because it's a lot of fun, and that's very classic and one that I actually really appreciate.
Yeah, I just had to throw it and see,
Do it, man.
People could surprise me, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna get voted out.
Yeah, I mean, this is gearing up to be one of the fastest TV theme rankings we've done. But I mean, the first one is almost 3 hours, and the second one's about 2 hours. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Manning remembers that first one because I think he was on that one from a long time ago.
Oh, about to say, so you were reaching back into memories. Let me dust off those cobwebs.
But anyway, this is tough because I like this theme. I'm going to make it interesting. I'm going to say yes. JDH, what do you say about Captain America 66?
I like this theme too, but unfortunately, we've got so many from that era, from that mid 60s. I think sometimes this theme does get overshadowed and forgotten a little bit, obviously with Batman and Spider-Man. It's tough. I think the fact that it does get overshadowed does kind of hurt it at times. Still a good theme. I would not say great though, and so I don't think I could put it top 12. So I'm going to say no.
But so Kevin, it's all on you. What do you say about Captain America 66?
Yeah. Unfortunately, even though it is a good theme, and it is, I knew it as soon as I heard it. But like you guys have said, we're down to our last one. I kind of want to see what everybody else has to offer before we pull the trigger here.
But if that Captain America doesn't make the list, Manning, we go back to you.
So I don't know if you guys have mentioned this one before. And you might have, so completely throw this one out. But there was another 2000 show that was based upon a DC property that I have adored and loved, and that is Justice League. You guys talked about this one?
Not yet.
Nope.
No.
Well, then I present to you the wonderful panel, Justice League. This one has a cinematic quality that most other ones lacked prior. This one had almost like an orchestral feel, one that provided that go on back to the times of that in the vein of the Bruce Timm Batman the Animated Series or Superman the Animated Series but this one felt even more heroic, something that kind of felt like this grand instrumentation, and with the reveal of each hero in Justice League, da, 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 it felt like a rousing call to arms, and that's what Justice League I felt like was. It's a team of heroes coming together and manages to perfectly do that in this heroic, mighty way. and I think Justice League is something we need to consider.
I mean, Justice League is one that is popping up in the chat.
Yes, chat, you're with me.
But yeah, this is one that I'm probably going to say no, partly because I do like the Justice League Unlimited theme that little bit more, but and this is a show that I don't think I've ever watched an episode of at all. So I can't say that I grew up with this show either. So, JDH, what do you say about Justice League the animated series?
First off, I want to give credit to Manning. I think that's the first time we've ever had the word orchestraic ever used on the episode of Rankum. So, in honor of that, I will give it the harmonizing and staccato no.
Wow, you just really lifted me up to throw me right back down the cliff, didn't you?
Man.
We got so many different kinds of no's, though. I figured we had to throw another one out there.
Bravo, I appreciate it.
Kevin, what do you say about Justice League the animated series?
Very nice. Malcolm kind of stole my thunder there. I was going to say the same thing. I really enjoyed the Justice League Unlimited intro just a little bit more. I really like the CGI, the sweeping, how dramatic it is. But I feel like Justice League Unlimited might have given it that extra oomph where we're down to the last one. So I'm going to say no to that one.
Even if that doesn't make the list, but Garth, what would you have said?
I agree with Malcolm and Kevin that I did have Justice League on my list, but Justice League Unlimited was much higher. It's got a little more oomph to it, and so I probably would have said no to this as well. I would have Justice League Unlimited.
All right.
But for that, we go back to me. There's so many more actually on here that I want to bring up. But I'm going to bring up one that Matt Coons will probably murder us if we don't even bring up this one. And that is going to be the Flash from 1990s theme. Also done by Danny Elfman. But I think I'm frozen. And I'm back. But
there you are.
That's
hello.
Yeah, you're good.
Yep. But with that, the Flash 1990 theme is a great theme. And this is one that I actually listened to in preparation for. I figured this is one that Matt would yell at us if we didn't bring it. At least try to get it on the list. So yeah, Flash 99s I think is a good theme. I think it deserves to be on this list. JDH, what do you say?
First off, don't feel bad. You didn't lag. You just went so fast that none of us heard anything you said. Just in honor of the Flash. I like the theme. I don't think it's great though. So again, the fact that there's only one spot left, got to give it a no. I think there's better ones we could put on here.
Kevin, what do you say about the Flash?
I feel like this is just going to be a trend from now on. Another good selection in a sea of what seems to be really good selections. It's just what do we stick in that last slot? I'm going to say no just because I have it. If somebody will just hit on one of the ones that I have written down, then I'll go with yes.
Garth, what do you say about the Flash 1990?
Yeah, you mentioned that this might be a short show, and then I was like, well, not if we keep saying no.
Right.
You jinxed it, Malcolm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I've got at the end I've got honorable mentions too, so won't be over. But yeah, this one number 13 on my list. I'll admit it's up there. So I'm on the fence on this one. You know what? I'll say yes and put the pressure on Manning. How about that?
Ooh.
What do you say, Manning?
I'm about to take that pressure right off and just give you all a big no. This is another one that I have like never heard. I've totally forgot the 90s Flash was an actual thing. And then I realized, oh yes, it was, because thank you for reminding me. CW Arrowverse, when we had that cool cameo. But anyway, no, because that listen to it again. It sounds a lot like some of the other superhero Danny Elfman themes that we all know and love. And I think those have more credence than this one, which kind of, sorry, Matt Kearns. Sorry, Matt, we love you.
Yeah.
But no.
For the record, we do love Danny Elfman. We're not just shooting him down because we don't like him at all.
Yeah, he made the list though. That's a
Shocker.
But JTH, what is the next one you're going to try and get on?
Okay, I'm probably going to go more nostalgia than actually great, but again, it's from the 80s. It's a cartoon that I grew up watching all the time. I'm going to go with the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe theme. To me, this is about as straightforward and as iconic as you can possibly imagine. Told the story flat out right there. If you still weren't sure what the story and the show was about, you were probably smoking some weed, which, of course, back in the 80s was probably very plausible. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. That's my nomination.
But Kevin, what do you say about He-Man and the Masters of the Universe?
I think I'm going to go ahead and say yes for this one. I think He-Man is a very iconic theme. Like you said, I like how it describes a lot of the ones I have written down are that same themes, that same type that describe the show. So you kind of jump in at any episode, not be lost, and just jump right into the episode. So I'm going to go with a yes on this one.
Garth, what do you say about He-Man and the Masters of the Universe?
So just to clarify, this is the 80s version, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least I hope so.
Well, yeah, but I'm just
Yes.
clarifying because last time there was confusion. And there are other He-Mans. I'm gonna unfortunately say no to He-Man. I would have gone with another one by those people. I'm gonna say He-Man.
Manning, what do you say about He-Man and the Masters of the Universe?
This probably would have been another no for me. Or probably this is another no for me. Mostly because I never wrote this theme. It's mostly a lot of just. You're right, Jeremy. It's a lot of straightforward. It's very much a lot of talking. In fact, it's probably only him just talking, explaining exactly everything that's going on. And something I've never gone back to for a theme song. Not really one that I kind of go back to. Is it iconic? Yes, but it's not something that I would consider a theme song to actually listen to and be back to like, oh, this is He-Man. I mean, it's obviously He-Man because he says so, but other than that.
But with that, it's on me. Adam, I'm
you
sorry,
have the power,
Stephen.
Malcolm.
I'm also saying no to He-Man. I just think it's one of those themes that is just a simple theme, and I've just never. I mean, I've never really gravitated the show at all. It's just, and the theme I think is just generic for that time. So yeah, Kevin, what is the next theme you're going to bring out?
The next one I'm going to bring up is a 90s staple, and it's still going on today in a morphed version. But I'm going to go with the original 90s Power Rangers theme. I think the way they showed every character a close-up of their face mixed with their character in their suit with their weapon, doing some sort of action shot with the name across the bottom. It's very iconic, but everybody knows "Go Go Power Rangers." Most people probably remember the whole song, so I'm going with Power Rangers.
Garth, what do you say about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers?
It's a fun song. I just wouldn't put it in the top 12 myself. I'm going to vote no on this. Sorry, Kevin.
Manning, what do you say about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers?
Oh, heck
Yeah.
yes! This is on my list. I'm listening to it right now. When I heard this, and I was just like, "Go go Power Rangers!" It is one of those that I tried to hunt this down as a kid. To be like, I want to watch this. I want to watch this because it was just so cool. Like this is the definition of just 90s cool. Well, from a kid's perspective, at least it was like the definition of 90s cool, I'll say.
All right.
I can't say now, but then I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And what this song does, and kind of like this is the staple Power Ranger song, and like no matter how many Power Ranger iterations that will come out after this, which believe me, there's a lot. Nothing can top the theme that is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
So last week on Late Night Take 3, this is what our topic was. But well, I mean, no one. It's been a while since I can do that again. But anyway, I said on that show that I do like the theme song. I'm saying yes because despite finally getting around to, I've finally watched the first episode of the show after a long time of never seeing it before. The theme song is catchy as F. Even though we can swear, I'm not going to swear. But but it's a hell yes. It finished off the list. JDH, what would you have said?
Woo.
I probably would have just said yes to just complete the list. It's certainly worthy enough to get on there, although it wouldn't have been my personal choice, but just for the sake of completion, I think it does have a spot that belongs.
But with that being said, we may have made Kearns upset by saying no to the Flash 1990s, but he's probably screaming in joy along with RJ at the fact that Power Rangers did make the list. So with that, we're going to go into honorable mentions, and I'm going to start with Garth. Garth, what honorable mentions did you have?
I've got too many. Maybe you should do me last.
He'll pretty much run them all off. We won't have to say a thing.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, exactly. You guys go first, and then whatever I've got left over.
Manning, what honorable mentions did you have?
I'll quickly go on a couple because some didn't even make my list. You might have talked about these before, but Batman Beyond. That theme was one that really haunted me as a kid, and it's something I utterly enjoyed. I also loved X-Men Evolution. That was another song from that time, like specifically the early 2000s, where I was like, that's an iconic thing at the time. I also love The Avengers, Earth Mightiest Heroes. I didn't really watch the show that much; it was kind of past my time, but I just enjoyed. I enjoyed the song for what it was. I'm so happy that Spider-Man 67, which made the list, as I say, just want to highlight that and sing praises because I to this day, who doesn't know Spider-Man? It's fantastic. Also, quick shout out to the Batman. That theme song was a great one. So yeah, those are my honorable mentions.
But yeah, I've also got a relatively long list, so I'm going to go to JDH first. JDH, what honorable mentions did you have?
Batman Beyond was definitely one that I was going to say. I got a special place in my heart for Freakazoid, but of course we ran off about 1 billion Steven Spielberg TV themes 2 weeks ago. Probably wasn't going to make this list just out of spite. Also, Thundercats was another one that I really enjoyed growing up, and there's one more that I actually had in my head as well. And also liked Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. That was another one that really enjoyed a lot. So yeah, other than that, I think that would have. I'm satisfied with the list overall.
But Kevin, what honorable mentions do you have?
I feel similarly about the list. I think it's pretty solid. I had a few on there that I knew probably wouldn't make the list after the first few made it, like Darkwing Duck, Underdog, Speed Racer, G.I. Joe, Space Ghost. I also had fun ones like Inspector Gadget, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Johnny Quest. Just was going to throw out there, but we got kind of tied up there towards the end.
But yeah, I'm going to go for mine. One of the ones that I was going to bring up is a very corny 90s theme. But instead of saying what it was, I'm just going to sing a little bit of it. Reed Richards was elastic.
Good call.
Jason Inman can do it better. He did a DC TV theme, which he actually sang the theme a few times. But having just listened to that theme for the first time this last week, it's one of those ones that's stuck in my head and I think it's a corny thing. But I also had the Flash theme from the Arrowverse on mine. Lois and Clark, Arrow. Was there Supergirl? I like that theme. Stargirl, I like that. Even though technically not a superhero, I don't know how you would have classed this, but I really do like the theme song for Harley Quinn. That is a really good theme. I chose not to bring it up because depending on how you want to go with that one. Beetleborgs from the same kind of pseudo universe as Power Rangers was one I was going there. A Darkwing Duck I'd probably consider bringing up, and also Samurai Pizza Cats.
That's a good one.
Which is also a fun one too. Go on, Garth. I think I left you some.
Okay. Well, now I'm bummed that I didn't bring up my number 4 earlier because my number 4 other people mentioned Batman Beyond. I wish I'd thrown that out before the Incredible Hulk one I threw out.
That might have made it.
That probably would.
Can I swap out? Is that allowed, Malcolm?
Malcolm, can we swap?
No. All right.
Okay.
I tried. Because and then so I got the Lonely Man theme, the Incredible Hulk opening theme would have been also there. Justice League Unlimited, as we mentioned before, over the Justice League. And then for the Johnny Douglas songs, we got the Transformers. He also did G.I. Joe, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, and some other ones. So I would have thrown some, but we got one of his on there, so good for him. Another unique series that nobody here probably watched except me is Misfits of Science from 1985, a live-action series about mutants. And it was actually Courtney Cox's first regular TV role. It's like her third acting role. She did like 2 TV episodes in the Bruce Springsteen video. And it's all about kids who have mutant powers. And so that one, though, like none of you have probably ever heard that show before. Another one is I have the thing here. I don't know if you guys ever watched The Greatest American Hero.
Oh yeah, Greatest American Hero. I was going to say that one too. I didn't know if anybody would have heard of it either.
Exactly. That's why I didn't bring it up. I was like figuring it would be like. But the most, I think the way people know it best is from Seinfeld because it was George's. Believe it or not, George isn't at home.
Please leave a message at the beep.
Where could he be?
That's where I know him from. So
believe it or not, he's not home. And so that one I would have brought up. Hong Kong Fooey, which in the voice in the TV series he was voiced by Scatman Crothers, and he sings the song too. And other ones we mentioned, the Darkwing Duck, Lois and Clark. Super Friends is an oldie, Underdog. I'll stop there.
Yeah, me and JDH found out the hard way. The Hong Kong Fooey was voiced by Scatman Crothers. but just to shout out some that has popped up in the chat. Where are we? Stephen brought up the Thundercats theme. He also brought up Darkwing Duck. And Inspector Gadget is
Hey,
one
I
of
said
those
Inspector Gadget.
interesting ones that I don't. Because I
Is he
think
really a hero? Yeah.
I mean, we had that discussion. I think Biff doesn't count for the animated TV themes list. I
Right.
think I made the decision that he was allowed for that one, but I don't think anyone bought that one.
I had the same thing for Sonic the Hedgehog because I think he is a superhero more than the Ninja Turtles are.
But
So I would have
that's
said
why I didn't bring up
alive.
Buffy for the same reason, because
I
I
would
didn't know what you
consider
consider
hero.
Buffy.
Well, we got Transformers, and that was like one of the ones I was asking Malcolm about. I was like, "Are they?"
I mean,
I mean-
by that sense, you could actually put Doctor Who on here too, because I consider Doctor Who a superhero also.
True.
I mean, it's once again. I probably would argue that,
Yeah.
but also Stardrew. I don't hate the mask. I just didn't bring it up. I think the theme for that animated TV show is great.
Oh, I don't even know that.
I just had other ones I wanted to bring up
Yeah.
before that. And also, as Stephen asked, there is longer version of the Arrow theme because I think all of them had a longer version for to be released on iTunes and stuff. But a lot of the TV shows these days only have really quick themes that have long ones you can find if you want to download them.
Yeah, the CW shows, I kind of like ruled them all out myself. I was just like,
Same here, really.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Daredevil's one that actually has a pretty good theme, but that's Netflix. But
Yeah, the Marvel, Netflix, CW, all those, I was like top 12. I don't think.
right, they're just not as iconic.
Yeah, and for last Airbender, I don't
I wouldn't.
I don't know about that one. I see the arguments for it. I mean, no one brought it up, so we didn't have to discuss it anyway.
Exactly. That would have been good for a lot of anime,
Yeah,
Well, the question arises: if everyone has a power on this, is it a superhero
exactly.
show?
Yeah.
I have not heard of that one myself.
Secret Identity.
Yeah.
Jerry O'Connor.
So yeah.
I don't
But
know.
anyway,
Yeah. I don't know what that's referring to.
yeah. Actually, I
And
think
Moving Target, there was two different shows. There was the Rick Springfield one, and then the Mark Warren one. So I see the chat, bringing up what about Human Target? So which one?
yeah.
There's the Rick Springfield one where he actually fought and beat Kevin Carradine.
Would you have considered Popeye the Sailor Man a superhero? There you go, right there. Damn it, I didn't see your shirt, or I would have put that up last. Damn it, but I'm so glad I got Power Rangers in. But I did not see your shirt until just now.
But
Yeah,
anyway,
on my list I wanted.
but anyway, now we get to the fun part of doing the voting.
Here's where I need my whiteboard, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
I mean, I've already got mine written down.
I mean, you don't need a whiteboard. You can write them on your hand, but you'll probably
That is
run out
true.
of room eventually.
I've
Yeah.
done my phone as well.
There you go.
Yeah, no, there's one of those ones. I'm pretty sure there's a whiteboard app out there that they can actually use like a stylus.
Agreed.
I think I've seen Kristen you do that, but yeah, I've got Hulk the Lonely Man theme. JDH,
I have Spectacular Spider-Man.
Kevin,
I also have the Incredible Hulk closing from 77.
Garth.
Surprisingly, even though it was one of mine that got on the list, The Lonely Man.
And Manning.
And just because we had some variation, that's why I brought it in. But I also put in the Incredible Hulk. Where is the thing? There it is.
And with that, Incredible Hulk Lonely Man makes 12. And this is where it gets slightly harder for me because I like all the other themes.
Yep. It just got
I was about
really
to say.
hard. Crap.
I think I'll go this one. JDH, what do you have for 11?
Sticking with Spectacular Spider-Man.
Kevin,
Spectacular Spider-Man.
Garth,
Teen Titans.
Love the two.
Manning,
Y'all gonna hate me, but I find the opening annoying. Smallville.
Hey, I don't hate you there, bro.
I bought Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the 80s.
All right.
But with that, Spectacular Spider-Man is going to be 11.
Hurts, guys. First one I brought on. Oh, how could you? Shoot.
Kevin, what do you have for 10?
Somebody save me from Smallville.
Garth, what do you have for 10?
Same with Teen Titans.
Manning,
I erased it because I want to try something else, but I thought, you know what, maybe someone else will pick it still. So I just rewrote Smallville.
I'm sticking with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the 80s. And JDH.
I said Wonder Woman.
But with that, Smallville is going to be at 10, which hurts.
Sorry, Malcolm.
I mean, it's still better than Spectacular Spider-Man, so I'm just glad it's above that.
There you go.
Ow. Oh,
Think
touche.
positively.
But with that, Garth, you sticking with Teen Titans?
Yep.
Manning, what do you have for 9?
I will. After that comment, I'm not sure if I want to join you, but Wonder Woman.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. JDH.
Sticking with Wonder Woman.
Kevin.
Wonder Woman.
I mean, I don't know why I'm specifically going 70s, but I'm pretty sure that's the only Wonder Woman TV film out there. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at least
79 is what it was. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I quite often I'm just going to go decades unless there was multiple from that same decade. But Manning, what do you have for 8?
Well, okay. Now I'm going to join you. TMNT 80s. I'm actually a little more partial to the early 2000s one.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. JDH.
I went with Captain Planet.
Oh yeah.
Kevin.
Michelangelo might be a party dude, but I'm going TMNT.
And Garth is probably stuck with the Teen Titans.
I've been there, Garth. I've been there. Trust me.
I'm just trying to figure out what Garth's gonna write down next because he's writing another picture down every single time.
Yes, that is true.
In fun fact, everyone
It grows each time.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's funny.
So just don't vote for Teen Titans because eventually he'll run out of room.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to see the finished pictures.
So now you all know why Teen Titans is ultimately number one.
Yeah.
Wanted to see this.
The fix is in, folks.
But with that, I'm going to start this off. And as much as I'd like to see the picture finished, I don't want to see this theme get any higher. Teen Titans, JTH,
Aw.
Sticking with Captain Planet.
Kevin,
He may take pollution down to 0, but Captain Planet.
Garth,
So we got-
Yeah.
and Manning, you're the decider.
It's time for him to get off my planet, Captain Planet.
Planet.
Get off my planet.
You'll pay for this, Captain Planet.
all I can think of is the Don Cheadle spoofs, where he like starts killing everyone,
Forgot about that.
turning everyone into trees.
How could you forget about those?
Because I don't think randomly to the day. Oh yeah, Captain Planet when Don Cheadle was him. Good times. It's like in the back.
You have failed this planet.
You have failed. You have failed this city.
That's actually
Yeah.
a really cool feature.
Yeah, just turn audio avatars off, and you don't have to see blank screens with where they're talking. But anyway, enough about showing off StreamYard features. JDA,
Sorry.
what do you have for Stephen?
I went with Teen Titans.
Kevin,
Yeah, I think 6 is a fair spot for Teen Titans.
Let's see what the finished product.
All right. Looks like it's
No.
top 3. Teen Titans.
That is real nice.
I don't
Manning,
know, right? Look at that.
I'm really sad to see it go now.
Yeah.
Now it gets erased.
Well, I had Transformers, but Teen
that's-
Titans 6. That's a good spot for it.
but yeah, I also had Teen Titans just to stick with the team TV show titles.
So 7 was Captain Planet, or the
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
7 was Captain Planet.
okay?
6 was Teen Titans.
All right. Now I have to erase. Now I have to think.
He ended up deleting it and not actually making it a banner.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why I didn't see it go up. I was like, what? You just got rid of Captain Planet altogether.
goodbye.
And Teen Titans is 6.
Mhm.
Just to recap what we've got left, we've got Batman 66, we've got Spider-Man 67, X-Men the Animated Series, Transformers, and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I got confused there because I said 4, but I couldn't see the 5th one. But and yeah, I think this is a good place for this one. Kevin, what do you have for 5?
For 5, I'm gonna go with Transformers.
Garth,
Gone Power Rangers.
Eddie,
Transformers. This robot's not here today. They should be on their way.
Transformers, JDH,
I went with Power Rangers.
and I'm not going to lie, I actually completely forgot Transformers was here for the longest time.
Uh huh.
It did sneak through, but it's a good one.
Insert people in the comments going, Transformers isn't a superhero.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Whatever.
Hmm.
I mean, it's one of those.
Ooh.
I mean, it's one of those ones that is borderline. It's an argue. You can argue either
Yeah.
way. So.
Oh yeah, I could see both sides of it. But
Yeah, I had Malcolm before, like G.I. Joe, Transformers. They're kind of like
yeah.
Ooh, this is difficult. Well,
But with that, Garth, what do you have for 4?
Sticking with Power Rangers.
Well,
Manning.
I try to do something, but go Power Rangers didn't make it to the end.
I really didn't actually end up saying it in the end, but I prefer X-Men Evolution theme over this one, X-Men and the animated series. JTH.
Well, I'm confused because I said Transformers because I voted for Power Rangers.
Wait a minute.
Luckily, I voted for Power Rangers, so Power Rangers is out.
Power Rangers is going to be
Good, because I didn't know how to
J-
draw.
JTH pulled a lawn, and we're good.
Meanwhile, 5 minutes ago, back in reality,
Meanwhile, at the mansion.
meanwhile,
Jake
back
is
at the
having
Hall
an
of
issue.
Justice. God, I love Pat Knight.
But we've got the three arguable iconic theme songs left.
The first three you brought- Yeah.
Yeah, the first three that made the list.
Well, for obvious
I'd
reasons.
say that was probably for a reason. Yep.
But Manning, which of the three
Huh.
do you have for free?
This is one that I love, but it must be done. X-Men the Animated Series.
X-Men the animated series. JH,
I said Spider-Man.
Kevin,
I went X-Men, the animated series.
Garth.
Yeah. I love it so much. I have it as a ringtone, but
It's really great. Yeah.
and one of my honorable mentions I forgot to mention after we're done. I'll play it for you. It's the in Japan for the X-Men animated series. They did a whole new intro, a whole new anime, and they have a different theme song.
But yeah, we're down to Spider-Man versus Batman. And instead of writing down our number 2, we're going to go straight to number 1.
Thank you for always reminding us that, Malcolm, because sometimes someone's going to forget again.
I mean, there's been times I've reminded people, and they've still put
Oh,
their
well.
number 2.
You can't help that.
But yeah, no, it's one of those ones, like, especially like knowing a lot of you haven't been on ranking for a while as well. So I always like to remind people. But I'm going to kick it off, and I like both these themes, but I think just a little bit higher is Spider-Man for me. JDH.
Da 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 da. Batman.
And Kevin.
Spider-Man is super iconic with the words that are in it. It's fun. But man, like I said at the beginning of the show, you can't think about superhero shows without saying no, Batman. So I have to go Batman.
Garth, what do you say about Batman?
No, Batman.
And I didn't mean to assume you're going Batman as well. I meant to say what you say about number 1, but Manning.
Well, I was going to go for Spider-Man with his little spiders that I got going on over there. So, but that's not the
You
case
lost.
because we've been squashed. The bat has squashed the spider.
Indeed.
As I put that there. Just to recap our top 12. At number 12, we've got The Incredible Hulk, the ending credits Lonely Man theme. At 11, we've got Spectacular Spider-Man. At 10, we got Smallville. At 9, we've got Wonder Woman, the 70s. We got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme from the 80s. We got Captain Planet and the Planeteers. Teen Titans from at 6. Transformers at 5. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers at 4. X-Men the Animated Series at 3. At Spider-Man 67 at 2. And Batman 66 at 1. But with that, it was a fun list. Um, and there probably will be more TV theme lists at some stage, but I'm probably not going to do it anytime soon because it's been literally 2 weeks since the last one. But in saying that, it's not like there've been a lot of movies I can make lists of coming out in the near future as well. So,
Soon.
but with that being said, the poll is up on the Take 3 page already for next week's topic. But JTH, where can people find you online?
You can find me on Facebook. That's pretty much it right now. Pretty much not posting anything on Twitter or YouTube right now. But if anybody wants to see me again next week, you can go ahead and vote for Pokemon movies. If you don't want to see JTH on here, then vote for anything else. So other than that, I'll probably see you in 6 months.
Never know. Depending on the topic, I may ask you back earlier. But Kevin, where can people find you online?
I'm online. You can find me. You can check out what I've been watching on Letterboxd. Sometimes I do reviews, sometimes I don't. It's just my name, Kevin J. Poss. But go to TMG Trivia, like and subscribe to our YouTube page. We have a Facebook page. It's just another league similar to, any of the other leagues around here. But we do have a big geek tournament coming up to crown the first champion. We have a singles league, a teams league, a sports league. So come check it out and join in on the fun.
Garth, where can people find you online?
Just Garth McMurray at Facebook and Twitter, and then Garth_McMurray Instagram, where you can see a bunch of my comics art.
Manning, where can people find you online?
You can find me here on Take 3 Productions. You can find me specifically hosting Gone with the Wind and appearing here every now and then. And there's also one thing particular, like JTH was saying. If you guys vote for, oh shoot, what was that first one? I literally just voted for it too. I can't remember what it was. Malcolm, what's leading right now on the poll? Because I voted for it and it's in the lead now.
It is currently PlayStation originals or exclusive video games.
Oh,
Ooh.
heck yeah. So if you vote for that one, then you're going to see
That's a
me
fun
on here.
one.
I can almost guarantee that. Almost guarantee it.
I need to be
Some
on
work
that.
might happen. But regardless, you can find me on there and Take 3 Productions appearing on here every now and then, every chance that I can get. Work can be crazy sometimes, especially if we come up to election, because I work in the news. So that's going to be really fun.
Oh, nice.
And then you can also find me on my YouTube channel, Manning Franks. You can subscribe there and get various video essays and other videos that I'm currently working on because video essays take a long time to do, guys. You can't have that be the sole purpose. So I do that when I can. So look out for that.
But yeah, you can find me on Take 3 Productions hosting the late night with Take 3 as well as Rankum. And next week is probably going to be fun because it's either going to be, well, look at the poll, it's probably going to be a video game thing. It's either going to be PlayStation original video games or it's going to be Star Wars video games. So it's going to be probably one of those ones. We'll see what happens by tomorrow. You never know what happens. You can also find me on Formula Media, where I host Formula Classic on Sundays at 6 p.m. Eastern, as well as Formula Random. This week is going to be Caleb Boatman versus Jay Burns versus Matthew Rosa in Community. And it's one of those ones, I don't know if they are superheroes, but just remember the ultimate God level theme is Zooberly Zoo. I'm going to end the broadcast.